Chapter 1: Unleash Your Inner Titan. In the Age of Heroes, Hercules faced the lion that terrorized Nemea, a beast whose hide was impervious to spear or sword. The Greeks declared he must find a clever way to defeat it, not with brute force alone, but with cunning and resolve. As legends say, Hercules took a slingshot and fired a single stone at the lion's forehead, striking it true. The lesson that echoes through centuries is that strength is not only about power, it is about intention made precise. Today's world offers countless opportunities and distractions. When the market looks noisy, it is easy to abandon focus. Take a small step. Define a single priority for the day that aligns with your long-term mission. Write the name of a project you would like to push forward and spend exactly 10 minutes each morning on it. By turning the roar of ambition into a single, intentional action, you find the lion of procrastination vanquished. The story reminds us that greatness springs from disciplined focus. Hercules did not win because he was the strongest. He won because he focused his intent and used the environment to his advantage. In the office, on the stage, or in personal projects, concentrate on one focused task per day. Reaching the top is a series of focused, intentional steps, not one massive leap. Like, share, and subscribe for more insights that turn ancient lessons into modern mastery. Reflective question: which single task can you focus on tomorrow that will bring you closer to your long-term goal? Chapter 2: The Warrior Who Knew His Path. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna, a noble prince and fearless archer, is faced with a paradox. He must fight his own relatives, but the duty dharma of a warrior calls him to act. His mind quivers, and the Bhagavad Gita becomes a divine conversation that helps him resolve his inner conflict. Lord Krishna reveals that action done with clarity of purpose, without attachment to results, is the highest form of spiritual service. In contemporary business or personal life, we often grapple with the question: do I pursue a task for the reward or out of genuine commitment? Identify the core values that underpin your work. When you align each task with these values, the why becomes your compass, and the outcome's fluctuations fade into the background. Practical example: if you lead a team and are tasked with a project that feels misaligned with your core belief in sustainability, assess whether the project genuinely contributes to that vision. If it does not, either revise the scope or communicate the misalignment to stakeholders, ensuring your actions reflect your inner duty. Like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom that bridges ancient teachings with your daily challenges. Reflective question: what values are guiding your current projects, and how can you realign them to your personal or organizational mission? Chapter 3: Flow like water, strike like a dragon. In Taoist philosophy, water is the highest virtue. It does not confront resistance, it yields, adapts, and still finds path. Laozi teaches that because water softens stone, it remains gentle yet powerful. When applied to the corporate arena, this means embracing flexibility without losing purpose. Take a situation where the market seems rigid, perhaps a new regulation or an unresponsive customer base. Instead of fighting the rule, find a workaround that still accomplishes the objective. For instance, if a product must now meet higher safety standards, rather than halting production, pivot to innovative materials that both comply and enhance performance. Water moves around the obstacle, preserving its underlying strength. This is how great leaders adapt. They keep their mission intact while flexibly navigating obstacles, ensuring that the organization does not crumble under unchangeable circumstances. Like, share, and subscribe for more lessons on blending resilience and flexibility. Reflective question: when faced with a rigid obstacle, how can you adapt your approach to preserve the core intent while easing the path? Chapter 4: The Harmony of Strength and Stillness. Imagine Hercules again. His raw muscular power coalesces with the calm determination of a warrior whose mind is focused. Now, overlay this image with the fluidity of water, and you see a perfect convergence of force, purpose, and flexibility. This composite image is the secret of high performance, the synergy between disciplined action, purposeful intention, and adaptive flow. In practice, begin each day with a 2-minute meditation, purposeful stillness. Follow this with a single well-chosen task, strength, and whenever unexpected changes occur, let your approach adjust like water, flexibility. For example, imagine your marketing campaign faces a sudden drop in engagement. Rather than abandoning the strategy, analyze the data, identify a different channel, and pivot your creative content to fit that channel. High performers do not panic. They remain calm, purposeful, and adaptable. They blend energy with composure, action with insight, determination with resilience. Like, share, and subscribe for more integrated approaches to modern success. Reflective question: how will you blend focused action, mindful rest, and adaptive change in your next project? Chapter 5: The Cycle of Renewal from Myth to Practice. The mythological journey of Hercules, the moral clarity of the Bhagavad Gita, and the fluid wisdom of Taoist water form a cyclical pattern. Each element feeds the others. Heroism, spirituality, and adaptation complete a holistic system that perpetuates growth. Apply this cycle to your professional life. Set a goal, Hercules, align it with your purpose, Gita, and remain fluid enough to respond to market changes, water. Repeat. Your progress will become an endless loop of challenge, wisdom, and evolution. Remember that each cycle is not about a finish line, but about continuous improvement. When you celebrate each milestone, you reinforce the cycle. Celebration fuels the next loop. Like, share, and subscribe for further stories that bring timeless truths into everyday victories. Reflective question: what is your next heroic task for this cycle, and how will you align it with your purpose while staying adaptable? Philosophy spotlight: Vedanta and Hindu wisdom, the interplay of self and purpose. Vedanta, rooted in the ancient Indian scriptures, emphasizes the realization that the individual self, Atman, is identical to the ultimate reality, Brahman. In simple terms, it guides us to discern the true nature of our being beyond the ego and find unity with a larger purpose. One of its most renowned proponents, Swami Vivekananda, taught that recognizing the divine spark within oneself enables individuals to perform selflessly and achieve higher achievements. He famously stated, "Arise, awake, and stop not until the goal is reached." His words resonate with the idea of striving towards a larger mission while remaining grounded in authentic selfhood. Key lessons for modern success. One purpose beyond the ego. When you pursue tasks that reflect your true self rather than external validation, the drive becomes intrinsic. You become resilient under stress because your motivation flows from within, not from fleeting rewards. 2. Detachment from outcome. Vedanta teaches that the path is as important as the destination. By acting without attachment to specific results, you maintain clarity and creativity, turning challenges into learning opportunities. 3. Universal connectivity. Interpreting your work as a part of a larger tapestry fosters collaboration. When you see your contributions as threads in a broader weave, you are more likely to collaborate, innovate, and elevate collective success. Interpreting these lessons through the lens of the script's overarching theme, we see the synergy of Hercules' decisive action, Bhagavad Gita's purposeful duty, and Taoist water's adaptive flow. The Vedantic message ties them by reminding us that while we manifest power, action, and resilience, the foundation of these qualities is inner alignment and connection with a deeper purpose. In your daily life, apply Vedanta by pausing to recognize the higher purpose behind each task, act with detached commitment, and view every role as part of an interconnected system. By doing so, you invite ancient wisdom into modern achievement, transforming ordinary work into a journey of self-realization and collective impact. Like, share, and subscribe to dive deeper into how timeless philosophies can spark modern growth. Reflective question: how can you identify and align your daily tasks with your true self, ensuring that your actions serve a purpose beyond immediate rewards?